So we know that Jesus said, in my house, there are many mansions in my house. So Jesus is talking like that. It can't be a house of now. It's an ancient, like a house that is really old because Jesus is old. God is old. God is older than time, and we are the new house. God doesn't dwell in a building anymore. He dwells in us because we are the temple of God. We are the house of God. And God said, in my house, there are many mansions, many mansions. Those mansions are doors, different doorways, different pockets of our bodies. So when you think of like doors, a door is an opening that something can go through in or out. Amen. My eyes are doorways. Even my nose are doorways to my senses, my smell. My mouth is a doorway for me to speak. And my ears is another doorway so I can hear. And my soul and my stomach, and my heart is a doorway. My stomach is a doorway. This is where God's living water flow in and out of me. And my heart is where like God abides. He is a God of love. And where do you first feel love? From your heart. That's also a door. Our hands, that God created our hands to lay hands on the sick, and the sick shall recover. These are doorways as well. These are my healing tools that God uses to send power from heaven through these palms. And I lay hands on the sick and they shall recover. I could send the word from my mouth, which is a door, and it will go out and perform the words that came out because it's God's words. Our voice is the tone of God's voice. Because at the beginning, God created men out of clay and he breathed life into them. And that same life, when a baby's born, one way to know that the baby's alive, I don't know if they still do it, but in the old days in Haiti, they'll tap the baby's butt. I think they still do it here. They tap the baby's butt and the baby scream. That's the first time the breath came out because the baby couldn't do that in the womb. So God intervenes by coming into our ancient being, which is the doorways of our being. We are the house where he comes in and he abides and he dwells in us. And the scripture is saying, open up, open your eyes to see. Elijah said, open his eyes. He's talking to the servant man that was with him. Open his eyes, Lord, that he may see there are more here with us than there are with them. So right now, I'm doing this recording. There are more with me right now than there are with the enemy. So open your eyes that you will see. Open your ears so you will hear. Open your mouth so the Lord can speak through it. Open your eyes so the King of glory can enter in, so you could see through the King of glory. So we're talking about ancient gates. Within these portals, these doorways in our bodies, we know that the scripture is saying, open up. Let the King of glory come in. And what comes to my mind is that I had a vision one time. I say vision, but it was really a trance where I laid down in my bed and I was laying down just sleeping. And ever sudden, I was in this place And but what happened? My mind was open. The doorway of my mind was open. And now I'm in the glory of God, and my spirit is traveling. So I'm in this beautiful place where I was in this place, this beautiful waterfall. I mean, I can't explain it. I can't explain it. But it was the most beautiful waterfall I have ever seen before. It was like I was standing under the waterfall, and this big water was just coming down and just falling upon my head. And it really reminds me about the body of water that goes through the throne of God. The same way you see how Jerusalem is built, how there's like, I think there's a water that goes through the whole area. Similar, the same way, like there's a water that goes like underneath like Jerusalem. There's like a river that flows underneath it. In heaven, there is a river that goes underneath the throne of God. So I'm talking about two different trances going on here. So, but I'm gonna go back to the waterfall. So I'm under the waterfall, and suddenly I saw three angels around me. Three, there might have been more, but I remember three angels, and they were washing my hands. And as they washed my hands, I saw gold substance in my hands, gold substance in both of my hands. And then they washed my feet. And as they were washing my feet was full of gold substance, almost as if like I was being purified. Ooh, in that waterfall, I was being purified. I was being cleansed. And after being in the waterfall, the next thing I know, I'm being taken up from the waterfall after they wash my hands and they wash my feet with this gold substance mixed with water. And I went up above the waterfall. Now I was walking on top of the water. And I'm walking and I'm walking and I'm walking. And I saw this, this might be different for some people that might listen to this, but I saw this being. In this world, you would call it a creature. In heaven, angels that are working at the throne of God, they don't look like me and you. They actually look like creatures. If you don't believe me, read Revelation. Read Revelation 4. Read the whole Revelation. But start with Revelation 4. And you start with Revelation 1, because it started, it came in, God, Jesus came in with a bang and said, I am Alpha and the Omega. Like, start with that. And I'm above the water, and the water was so beautiful, and it was so still. It was a still water. I was so attracted to the water. I just wanted to touch it. It was so good. And I look at the water, and I so want to just like drop my body in the water, and just like, because I could feel the water underneath my feet. But the water I didn't sink in. I was walking on the water as if like the water became like a surface that I could walk on, like a ground. But the water was alive. The water was like alive the same way I was alive. And the creature came, and there were different angels that was with the creature. And he's walking with me. And it looks like he wanted to take me somewhere. I believe he was going to take me to the throne of God. That's what I believe, because I've seen this water before, but I've never seen the water on the level, from ground level, from the waterfall, and brought me to the top of the body of water. The water was so clear. I mean, you could see, it was just so clear. Surprisingly, I didn't see any fish. But I saw the water. Oh my goodness. It was like a mirror. It was like looking into a mirror, but it was alive. I wanted so badly to touch the water. And the creature said, let's go, let's go. And I'm walking. There were other angels that were around me. And we all walking, and we're following, this other angel, but he looks like a creature. But everything about him was love. Everything about that being was love. I don't believe it was God. I don't believe it was Jesus. I believe it was one of the angels at the throne of God. that came to meet me on top of the waterfall to take me to the throne of God. So I'm walking and I'm following the creature and the angel. I keep saying creature because it looked like a creature, but I won't discover what it looks like, because if you're not familiar to seeing heavenly angels like that, I don't want to spoil it for you, but he was, I mean, everything about him was love. Everything about him was love. There was nothing, even though he didn't look what you would think an angel would look like. He was, everything about him was an angel, was like love. And he's walking. He's like, let's go, let's go. Almost as if like he was trying to beat time, so I didn't touch the water. He's like, let's go, we gotta go, we gotta go. So we're walking, and I'm walking with the other angels. We're walking in the water. I tell you the truth, I never stepped anything. The water was carrying me. I was above the water walking, and the water was carrying me as if like the water was one of us walking. But the water was underneath my feet and underneath all of our feet, and we're walking and we're going. And it was this body of water just went on for miles, and we're walking, and it just, the atmosphere was amazing. Like I could stay there for the rest of my life. It was so good. It's just everything about it. The atmosphere, it was like, it was clear and loving and inviting and joy and love and happy, everything, all that has to do with love, and just, it was just glorious. It was just glorious. In the water, the glory of the water, you just couldn't miss it. You couldn't miss it. And I'm walking and I'm walking, and they're hurrying up trying to get to where he was trying to take me. And I said, I just have to touch the water. I just have to touch it. I just have to touch it. I just, everything happened so fast. I was so excited. The water was just so deep. Like it wasn't deep, like it was only like ankle high on my feet. But even though I felt like the water was ankle high, I was above it walking. It held me up. I never felt wet. Like the feeling of wet, it was non-existent. It's like the water was alive, just like I was alive. Like I said, the water was just, I can't explain it, but it was water you've never experienced or seen before. So the angels are like, let's go. We all walking, and we're walking, we're walking. And I'm like, I gotta touch the water. I'm like, let's go, let's go, let's go. And I'm walking, I'm walking. And I'm saying, let's go, let's go. They didn't speak English. They were speaking in a heavenly language I understood. For some reason, I can't say it. They were speaking English. They were saying, let's go. But that's the way I understand them in my natural tongue. But they were speaking, I don't know, in some sort of like a different language. Like when you're in heaven, I don't know, there's no English, there's nothing. I could be talking to God in tongues. I'm speaking in tongues, but I understand in English. I don't know if that makes sense. It doesn't happen for everybody. But for me, when I'm speaking to God, my mind is translating my tongue into English. So it was the same way as I was talking to the creatures. We were speaking in a heavenly language, but in my mind, I was understanding it in English, the same way as if I was, on the natural realm talking. So that's the way it was. So they're like, let's go. We're walking, like almost as if like everything was beautiful. Like you're walking, it's like you're dancing, you're worshiping, and they're just amazing, amazing. Like you just life, like you want, like oh, I didn't even remember, to be honest with you, I had like another life. It felt like that's where I was living. If everything felt like it was natural, everything felt like it was part of me. Everything, the water, the waterfall, even when the angels were washing my hands, they're washing my feet, and the waterfall was falling over my head. Like there was no feeling of being wet. It was the feeling of cleansing and just loving and joy and happy and everything. And we're walking. And I remember being so desperate to touch the water, talking about like, resisting, talking about temptation. Heaven is so glorious. Any part of heaven is glorious. Any part of heaven you go, you just like in awe. It's like a kid in a candy store. You just like in awe. So I'm walking and I'm walking, and the angels are like, let's go, we gotta go. We're almost there, something like that, he said. And the creature was like the leader of I don't want to, he looks like he was leading the way, but there were other angels with me. But we were just in the realm of love, in the realm of happy, in the realm of joy. So, and he said, and then I turn around as if like I just had to turn around. I turn around and I bend down. I bend down. I just couldn't resist that water anymore. The thing about being in the glory realm is that if you're in the glory realm, you come out, you can't go back to that same spot. You, for some reason, you just cannot go back to that same spot, but you'll go to different parts of heaven. So I learned the hard way. Now when I go somewhere, I try to be in the moment and stay there, because I know I may not get a chance to go to that same spot again in heaven, because heaven is like grand. I mean, it's forever. So I turn around. I turn around, and the water, it was grabbing me, it was pulling me. Like the water was so good. I just wanted to touch it. I wanted to touch what I was looking at. I wanted to touch it. So I turn around. The moment I turn around, it's like I watched myself bending down inch by inch by inch by inch. And the angel was trying to say, stop. Like, don't touch it. Don't touch it. I bent down and I put my hands in that water. Oh my God. The water overwhelmed my hands. The water overwhelms my hand. The water began to climb all over my hands, all over my hands. The water was clear, the same way I saw it, came on my hands, walking, 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 walking. The water, but you can't feel wet. It didn't feel wet. It felt like it was alive. The water was alive. The water was alive. The water was so strong, it went on my arms, and my body, I don't want to say exploded. My body went into shock. My body went into shock. The water was still moving. It was moving. The moment I touched it, when my feet touched it, it didn't do nothing. But when I touched it, it started to climb all of my hands and all of my feet. And it started to climb. It went up to I think it went up maybe to my knee or something. And it electrified me. And there was so much power in that water. I started to my body went to shock, vibration on another level. Like, you talk about being electrocuted, the world have nothing on heaven. I was electrified in the water. My body was vibrating so uncontrollably. It pulled me out of the trance. I came out of the trance. I guess I wasn't on my bed. I was on my couch. I was on my couch and my body was vibrating. I was vibrating on that couch for so long before I could come out of that glorious hit. That glorious hit. That glorious hit. I was in the spirit the whole day. Like, I was just like, it went beyond my own understanding. The level of power I felt in that water. Like if this happened on earth, I would have died. I would have died. Like, it just overwhelmed my very being. And there was so much power. I cannot explain the level of power in that water. And I lay down. I said, I gotta go back. I gotta go back. I never went back. I couldn't go back. It wasn't me that brought myself there. The King of Glory came and took me up. And I truly believe I was gonna get taken up to the throne of God. And I don't know what was gonna happen at that time. But that was just one of the things that happened. And since then, I've been to so many different places in heaven. That was just one particular time. And I think I mentioned about that same lake. This lake, for some reason, was a little different than the lake that I saw that went, but it reminded me of the lake that I saw that went through under the throne of God. Like, God doesn't just sit on the throne all day. There's a place almost like a I don't know. I don't want to go over. I won't even go into that. But God is busy. God is busy. He is busy. He's in the past, he's in the future, he's in the present time at the same time. He is busy. And Jesus works a lot with, being on earth and everything. And just like he's affairs is with the church, because his father given him. We are his bride. He's affairs is the church. God he does everything. He provides. He does everything. He's king, and one time I the lake that went under the throne of God was one time I had another trance where I was traveling in the spirit, and I saw myself. I don't know. This might be a little hard for some people to hear, but I was worshiping God. I was worshiping, 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 and then I saw glory tunnel that appeared before me. The tunnel, it looks like a tunnel, but it's not natural tunnel. It's not a tunnel that has like surface or anything like that. It's a tunnel it has different color of fire. The fire it could be red, it could be white, it could be yellow, it could be green, it could be blue, it could be any color. So it looks like this. You see how you can see the ceiling right there? There's an opening that happened in the ceiling. And the ceiling, just like Ezekiel said, the heavens open. So it's an open space, almost as if like the heaven is open in my house. Above my head becomes a tunnel that was like this, like that. It just churning like that. In the tunnel is fire. Within that fire, sometimes it's red, sometimes it's amber, sometimes it's yellow, sometimes it's pure white, sometimes it's clouds, sometimes it's beautiful green, sometimes it's beautiful blue, baby blue, turquoise blue. I love that blue. Oh, I love that. And it like goes like that, really fast. So, but at that time, the tunnel I saw was silver. It was silver. I was worshiping, and I came into the glory. And when you are in the glory, oh my God, when you come to the level of being in the glory of God, oh, everything is light. Your body's light. Everything is light. You are being carried away. You're not working hard anymore. You are being carried into the spirit. So the tunnel I saw was silver. It goes like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, and I see it. So I'm so hungry for the Lord. So I just like, I am in, I'm praying, and I'm just yielding myself, yielding. I open up and I ask for the King of Glory to enter in, because that's how I'm going to make it through. So I'm worshiping. I go right in the tunnel. As I was in the tunnel, now this is what inside of the tunnel looks like while I was traveling. Inside of the tunnel was like smoke, but not smoke like burning smoke, but I would say like it looks more like clouds, like soft, beautiful white clouds. You've never seen such cloud. Within the clouds is energy. That's the energy, because that's the way I can explain it. Something that looks like energy. It's like a brewing that's just a substance that's mixed with clouds and energy. These are the wall of the tunnel. And I'm just going. I'm not moving. I'm not doing anything. The glory of God is taking me in, and I'm going in, I'm going in, I'm going in, I'm going in. It feels like I'm flying, but I'm not doing anything. The glory, the energy of God is pulling me in. So, and I'm going and I'm going. And then within the tunnel, I saw so many angels. I mean, angels, different angels. I don't want to say that. One of my angels that I saw for them, like I've never seen an angel like that before. This angel came to me 2020, last year, 2021, last year. This angel is a white horse. When I first saw this angel, because I was such of an awe of the angel, I didn't worship the angel, but I worship God for seeing the angel, because my eyes have never seen anything like it. I saw that same angel, but that's another testimony. I won't talk about when I saw the angel at that time. But I saw this same angel, and the angel knows me because he's already interacted with me before. But I saw all different type of angel, but this angel have interacted with me before. So he stopped. So when he stopped, he likes it when I put my hand on him. I put my hand on his being. This might be really hard for some people, but I could feel him. I could feel the texture of his firm. I could feel that, like, he feels like he's alive. Like, you would touch somebody, you feel warm. He felt that way. He felt that way. So, but I don't know, that was the way, he let me pet him. So I pet him as I was going. I pet him, and then he goes, and I'm still going, and I'm still going, and I'm still going, and I'm still going. And I'm seeing different angels, like angels that look like human being, angels that are, there were different angels, fiery angels, different angels that are, they're almost as if like they welcome me, they're greeting me for being in the tunnel. And just different things I can't describe some of the angels I saw in there. But you are so consumed with love that the things that you are seeing just doesn't mean, like, it doesn't mean anything. So maybe that's where I was supposed to go the first time with the creature, but I don't know. But I'm going, and I'm seeing all these different angels. Some of the angels are angels that I interact with, my guardian angel. And there's an angel that looks just like me. She just spent a night ago, but she looks just like me. So, and I see all these angels around me, but I'm going. My focus was just to keep going. And I mean, inside of it was just undescribable. You just cannot explain what I saw. I really can't. The only angel I saw that was in a form of different than being like a human form was my white horse angel. And I believe that horse is the horse I'm going to ride at the end of time. But I'm just saying, because that angel is very dear to me. So, and this, I'm having all these different memories of different times in the angel, but I'm not going to go into that right now. But as I go through the tunnel, I'm still in the glory of God. This is what happened. When you are in the glory of God, you see everything. You see everything. You see angels, you see the glory, you see different colors, you see fire, you see lights. There's so much going on. But the aura of the area where you are is love, is peace, is where you want to be. You just want to be there. You just want to stay there. Like, fear has no existence in a place like that. And I'm going through the tunnel, and then suddenly I'm in a different like there's an opening. There's an opening. So it almost as if like the tunnel kind of like pushed me out. And as it pushed me out, I'm in the air. This happened, you guys, spiritually. This happened. I'm in the air. I'm in a different place. In front of me, is Jesus. I remember just seeing him, and I had my head bowed down because the level of love, the level of holiness, the level of power, he doesn't have to speak. It's him. My head is bowed down because I can't look at him. He's too holy. He's too holy. So my head is bowed. But real quick, as my head was being bowed down, I remember seeing his robe. Beautiful white robe. You have never seen this kind of white before. And around his neck was this gold. Like, I don't want to say like necklace. Can't compare to what like he had on. And he came and he greeted me at the end of the tunnel. And I bowed down. And as I bowed down, that's when I saw the lake underneath my feet. And I looked straight ahead. And when I looked straight ahead, I saw a throne. I saw a throne. But not only I saw a throne, but there was a city around, like the throne is there, behind the throne is a city. And within that city, there's different houses, different places, people are walking. There's a life happening there. But my head is bowed down. You can't talk. Like when you see Jesus, when I come out, I wish I could have just stayed and look at him in his fiery eyes and just, but he's so glorious. Even my very being had to bow. And he had to bow because it's just so amazing. The throne, the leg go under the throne, and there is a city behind the throne. And the color of the throne in the city is white and gold. These are the two colors. There was more white than anything else, but it was white and gold. And the city was active. There were people there, and they're different. There was houses, but the throne, like the first entrance, like bam, you see the throne. That's it. You see the throne, like you see the throne, and Jesus is right there. And I can't. And as I saw, he didn't take me to walk within the city, but he showed me what the city looked like. And then I saw the lake. That's why the lake reminded me of the lake I saw when I was walking with the angels. That's why I feel like there's a big possibility it was the same lake, because the angels were trying to take me somewhere. So that's being in the glory of God. That's one of my experiences with the Lord. One of my experiences where I went into the glory realm and I saw angels within the glory. And then Jesus greeted me and he showed me the throne of God. And he showed me the city behind the throne. And then I saw the lake that goes through the throne. And on the side of the lake, actually, there are trees. There are green, beautiful trees that are just on the side of the lake. And the lake goes underneath the throne. And then the throne is like, bam, it's like a showstopper. And I came out of the trance. And when I came out, I was on the floor in awe of what I saw. Just declare, as you listen to this, you watch this, I declare that you're going to begin to operate in the glory realm. You're going to begin to have visitation in heaven. You're going to begin to have different experiences with the Lord as you listen to some of the experiences that I've had. And the Lord will begin to give you your own experiences so we can all feed, we can enjoy the glory, we can all be in the glory, we can go from glory to glory and enjoy the Lord and all that he has for us and all his goodness. We just want to just like get into all his goodness and just like dwell into his love. And I bless you in the name of Jesus. Go with peace and love in Jesus' name.